Hey, I'm Chelsea Turner, Washington Middle School teacher librarian, and I'm going to give you a quick tour of our makerspace. So I'm standing right at the front door. This is where all of our books are and like our cozy seating areas and our classroom area when we do lessons. It's kind of a large L shape, and this is the long part of the L. This is the circulation desk and my office, which is like in the corner of the L. And then the short part of the L, I didn't really have anything in mind over here. We had some computers back when this was a computer lab, but now that we have iPad carts and Chromebook carts, it wasn't really needed. I couldn't have like seating over here because if I was in the long part of the L, I wouldn't be able to see. So I thought it's a perfect little area for a makerspace. So it took several years to kind of beef it up into what it is now, and we even had some really big adjustments last year that have made it really fun. So let's kind of walk through. We started, these are some old like Lego engineering things that we had, and then I've added some board games. It honestly doesn't get used very much, but I do like to have it, especially now that we've added our Lego wall. And there's a tutorial on my blog for how to do that. That's been really fun. And then I have this cart right here that holds all sorts of Legos, and so that's what the kids are pulling to put on the Lego wall. This new area is our video game station. So we just bought a TV and an old Wii, and I got 4 controllers, and I need to get few more like steering wheels, because right now we have Mario Kart, all the sports, and Just Dance. So the students have really been loving that. So hopefully I'd like to add in the future a few more gaming consoles, and I'd love to get a whole bunch more games. So we just started that at the end of last year, so that's kind of a work in progress. The main reason, this used to be my reference section, and the main reason I took it out was because I wanted a green screen wall, because on my green screen like materials were not working wonderful. This wall is by far the best green screen I've had, so I really wanted to clear like a pretty big space, and we can move that table out if we ever need to. It's not up against the wall, but if we need more space, we can always move it out. It works wonderful, and we really like that. These are 2 old bookcases that were here, so I've never moved them. They just don't store books anymore. They store makerspace supplies. So again, this was something I started out with just a few things that we found around the school. So like markers, always like craft stuff is really popular. I even had some duct tape and like a book on what you can make with duct tape, and that was maybe everyone's favorite thing. So it doesn't have to be anything fancy. We have some little bits. 3D pins. They really love 3D pins. Lego pieces, and then straw bees are really fun. These were all connects that we had in a storage closet. So I just moved them over here. Honestly, they've been played with maybe once in the last several years. The kids just don't really go for those. Gears. My principal got these for us. Gears. You like put the gears together and spin them. They don't get used a whole lot, but it's nice to have them. Craft supplies, origami. Kids love origami. Rock and Bach. This was an old donated set. Our science teachers use Rock and Bach to build simple machines. So especially after they've had that lesson, they'll sometimes get that out and play with it. This was made by a student a few years ago with all the Rock and Bach stuff, so it's kind of cool. Geoboards, they are just something we had in a storage closet, so we put it up here for students to use. It will get used if there's like nothing else. Osmo is my personal favorite, so I really push the kids to play with Osmo, and I would say it's pretty popular, especially if they've played it before and they know how fun it is. They will definitely go for it. And we have words, Tangram, and we just got the coding jam, and I have a couple sets of words because we misplace those a lot.
Most times, yes, okay, there's E, S, N, L, engineering, and R.
I think Justin got it.
Yeah, it is. Oh. Oh, where's my N? Where's my N? I don't have one.
You already put it in there, Ethan.
I didn't have an I.
Okay. Ethan, are you okay? Yes. I don't have the last letter.
Some more gears. Kiva planks are fun. I wouldn't say that kids go for them as much as I think they should, but when I kind of build it up, they will go for it. Honestly, everyone's favorite, robots. They are the most expensive, but probably you'd see the best return on your investment. Like kids will flip out for these. So we have some of our, let me pull these out and show you. Dash and Dot. Dot's kind of lame, but they love Dash. Ollie, super fun. I would say, I mean, all of these are their favorites. Ollie is super, super fun. We have this ramp that we like put out in the middle of the library and they ramp on it and it's really fun. All of these you can like drive as a remote or you can code all of them except for Mip. You can't code Mip. But he's really cool because he has this tray that you can attach right here and he's really good about balance, and so there's ways you can bring science into that.
This is a very easy robot.
Kids really like Mip because you can battle, like laser battle each other, and that's their favorite. But honestly, out of all of these robots, I would say Mip is maybe their least favorite. They love how fast they can go with Ollie, and the Dash and Dot has so many, well, Dash has so many accessories that they really, really love that. And a lot of the accessories, to do the really fun part, you have to code it. This attaches to Dash and he can play the xylophone, you have to code that. And in here we have like a bunch of different things. He has this little thing you clip on his back where he launches a ball, and I try to get them to like make it land in certain places, but they have to code it and they have to tell it how much power and all that stuff. So it's really cool. This is, you can put the Sphero, which I have not had great luck with Sphero, but you can put the Sphero in here and then you can add them to it with Lego, and so that's kind of fun. These are the Dash like challenge cards. We haven't really used those, but I plan to in the future. So those are there. We have Cubelets. We haven't had a whole lot of luck with those, and then just more accessories. Like there's some Sphero ramps. And then Bloxels is really fun. Our kids do it in a class, so they have, you really need, let me show it to you. It's really, really cool. You need them though more time than what they usually have in our Makerspace. So this they do in a class, and once they've had it in class and they see it, they totally go for it. So Bloxels is where you build your own video game. So like everywhere that you see these green blocks, when you scan it into the iPad, that will be land. And then this will be water. Any of these yellow things are like coins. These purple ones are enemies. And so you can build scene by scene your own video game. And they really, really like it. It's really cool. One really, really cool thing that we did, and it didn't cost hardly any money, so I highly recommend doing it, is this pegboard wall. So we call it the marble machine peg wall. You can see I've put tons of baskets up here to hold all the supplies, and what they do is build kind of like roller coasters that they then put the marbles down to see if it works. But they build marble machines and then they roll the marble down. And I have different challenges, like can you make the marble go airborne and then come back down? Can you make like tons, and there's a whole poster over here with different challenges they can try. And you can see I've got some pictures. I need to do better about updating this. Like here's a picture where they used a pulley to create, and they've used like the blue pipe and the PVC pipe and the border and the stoppers. And here's another one where she had it like in the air for a minute and then through a funnel and then down on the other side. So it's a super, super fun wall, and it's like all their creativity gets to come out. If you make a pegboard wall, we just like had I have a PDF that I found online, and I'll try to link it to this video, and it's what the plans that we followed to build it. My principal went to a museum in town who had this pegboard wall, and she said, hey, we're gonna need like carpet down there because when the marble hits the ground, if it hits something hard, it's gonna bounce back up. So that is one thing I would recommend. I was so happy that she went and kind of played with it there. Our furniture, I've had a lot of different types of furniture in here. These are by far the most heavy duty pieces of furniture and actually the cheapest furniture that we could find. I'll try to link it to, it's from Sam's Club. And it's been really great. What I love most about it is that it's counter height. So even if there aren't enough seats, students can stand around the tables, and that's really nice. And a lot of times they're standing anyway. So I love that it's standing height. We use our MakerSpace most often with what we call Tinker tickets. So students earn those around campus for being responsible, answering a question right, doing something cool. And then they bring their friend and their lunch with them into the MakerSpace. They spend both lunch and recess playing whatever they want. We used to have a 3D printer. It kind of busted, so that's something I'm trying to find a really good one that we can use. That's always one of their favorites too. So I do have to try to limit that at lunchtime. We have never used the video game station at a lunchtime yet, but I do plan to. So I'll report back and let you know how that works. But so that gives students about 30 minutes, and they have to be eating too. You would think like, I don't know if they can handle that because we have 5th and 6th graders. You're probably thinking like that's too much. Everything's gonna get really dirty. I'm pretty tough on them about when it's time to clean up, it's time to clean up. And we all stop and we clean up. And if they don't, then I tell them they can't ever use a Tinker ticket again. And that makes them really get up and do it. And we wipe things down all the time. So like if they're on an iPad, they have to wipe it before they leave. They wipe their tables before they leave. And it's really not been a problem at all. Our students really treat it very nicely. We don't have any issues, and it's been a real behavior incentive too. Classes can also schedule time in the MakerSpace, and we can work on certain projects. One time, I know during a GT day, we came up here and built Lego mazes. So we had little plates of Legos, and they built up like walls and then put the marbles through the Lego maze. So we could do any kind of project like that. We've worked with the art teacher and the music teacher. It's been really fun.